I think it means you really love what you do. And I think,
Okay.
another thing I was wondering, since you are an expert podcaster, and this is my first time ever interviewing someone on a podcast, is
Wow, it's your first time? Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I got that. I
I
got
know,
that.
I've never done it before. So I wanna know what some of your favorite podcasts are, and then also what you think makes a good one. Maybe even what makes a bad one. So
Yeah. Yeah. I would say I'm actually pretty low on the podcast right now. I feel like after a year and a half, I'm just like always listening to ones I'm taking a bit of a breather, but I would say generally some of my favorite podcasts come out of the Free Press. Is this media company based in New York and controversial, I think, for all the right reasons. It's provocative, but I think some of their hosts, like Barry Weiss, who is still the head of the Free Press, but is also head of CBS News now. She did a great podcast uh, with people like Sam Altman, Peter Thiel, not just tech people, those are just like the names that are in my head. But I think also like the Axios co-founders were great. She did authors who were really fascinating. And I think that type of questioning and personality that Barry has models onto what I think is a good podcast. Like as I was texting you, I texted you some questions before this. Not that allegedly you also just had these thoughts come up in your head organically. But as I texted you, I was like, but above all, the conversation needs to be worth listening to. Like I can tell you all these things and you can have all these ideas, but at the end of the day, that's how I judge what I do podcasts as well. Like, did I make a point? Like, did I
yeah,
add something to the conversation? And increasingly, sometimes that has been just like me and my friends giving our updates that only we could give. Like, only
yeah,
Hillary is building her startup, or Megan, or Austin doing his thing. Like, there's nobody else that can replicate that. So even if it's, let's say, like early stages, or there's not that much to say, or we're only getting out to like 100 people, or sometimes more based on how the shorts do, like the fact that we're adding something new is something that I think I want to see more of. It goes back to what I think I said earlier, and what makes a bad podcast is like the oversaturation. Like, we don't need another podcast on X unless you have a specific point of view. And I think especially we don't need more one-on-one podcasts on specific topics. Like, I think the exceptional ones do break through. Like Dwarkesh Patel does a great job with his AI interviews. He just had Jensen Huang and he's had Dario and like a bunch of very prolific AI figures, but that's because he does it really, really well. And I'm sure there's like 10 to many more than 10 people that are trying to do a very similar thing. And I
yeah,
probably also was one of those people at some point, but I think I've learned that you do need to be different. And that's where it doesn't matter how good AI gets. Like, humans care about that. Humans want to
yeah.
be entertained. They want to hear something new. They want to care about something. And I think that loops back around to how I go into podcasting now, where again, like I think the questions come second, the tech comes second, the publishing strategy sometimes comes last for me. I mean, I just put up a LinkedIn post this I felt like it was right today.
Yeah.
And above all, it's like if somebody was listening to this for the first time, especially if they aren't a friend or